Welcome, friends of theatre from far and near. We have gathered here today to showcase some glimpses of the 15th South Asian Theatre Festival. 2 days before his death, the late Congressman John Lewis had written in an essay, which was published by the New York Times, that he was inspired by the social justice reform and activism about the Black Lives Matter movement. He had said to us, "You filled me with hope about the next chapter of the great American story when you used your power to make a difference in our society. Millions of people, motivated simply by human compassion, laid down the burdens of division. Around the country and around the world, you set aside race, class, age, language, and nationality to demand respect for human dignity. We at Epic Actors Workshop and the South Asian Theatre Festival Committee stand in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement. And in our very humble, small way, our mission is to bring together communities, setting aside our differences of race, color, religion, language, and nationality through the medium of theater. With theater, we want to make a difference, and that is why, even though we could not stage a full-fledged theater festival for you this year, we are bringing glimpses of the festival for you, our friends of theater.
আগুনের পরশ মনে ছোঁয়াও প্রাণে এ জীবন পুণ্য করো এ জীবন পুণ্য করো এ জীবন পুণ্য করো এ জীবন পুণ্য করো দহন দানে আগুনের পরশ মনে ছোঁয়াও প্রাণে আমারে দেহ খানে তুলে ধরো তোমার ওই দেবালয়ের প্রদীপ করো নিশিদিন আলোক শিখা জ্বলুক গানে আগুনের পরশ মনে ছোঁয়াও প্রাণে।
Now, friends, I would like to invite our festival committee chair, Dr. Deepan Ray, to welcome you all.
Namaskar. Before we start addressing you regarding our virtual festival, let me take a moment of silence to remember our beloved Usha Ganguly, who was a part of this festival from its inception and whom we lost only 2 months ago. Thank you, everyone, and welcome again. Let me first acknowledge few people here, starting with the Middlesex County Cultural and Arts Trust Fund. Without their generous support, we would be able to survive for all these 15 years. So I really want to extend my sincere gratitude to all the Middlesex County freeholders to acknowledge and support us. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would also like to extend my sincere gratitude to all of our esteemed audience present, sponsors and donors who supported us for the past 15 years. We are proud to have with us today and tomorrow the eminent theater personalities, Mr. Amol Palekar and Mahesh Dattani from Mumbai, and Mr. Meglan Bhattacharya and Parthopratim Dev from Kolkata. All of them supported the festival from its inception, either by directing or mentoring and providing lots of encouragement and support to us. I would also like to thank all the participating groups for this year, namely Navarasa Dance Theater from California, ICS Theater, Theatrics and Ethnomedia from New Jersey, and Dhaka Drama from New York, and of course, our own Epic Actors Workshop. Finally, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the members of the organizing committee who really put lots of effort to create this virtual presentation for you. And I hope you will enjoy today and tomorrow the virtual celebration of the festival. Please enjoy, and I will look forward to seeing you at New Brunswick Performing Arts Center anytime soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deepanda. Now, let us recap our 15-year journey of the South Asian Theatre Festival. A multitude of directors from across the globe, various theatre groups from across North America, and you, our esteemed audience, was part of this journey. Let us take a look.
Epic Actors Workshop is about to host the 15th South Asian Theatre Festival at the prestigious New Brunswick Performing Arts Center in New Jersey, United States. For the last 14 years, the festival has provided a forum where South Asian communities have come together to tell their stories and experiences through theatre. The festival has been bringing together South Asian communities and showcasing contemporary socio-political issues through theatre and celebrating humanity. The very first South Asian Theatre Festival was held at George Street Playhouse in 2006 in New Jersey. The three-day festival, organized by Epic Actors Workshop and Mritika, staged multiple plays performed by different theatre groups from across North America. The festival in 2007 also took place in George Street Playhouse in New Jersey, with multiple plays in multiple languages being performed by diverse theatre groups from North America. The festival's guest of honor was theatre legend, the late Vijay Tendulkar. Epic Actors Workshop staged Rudali, directed by Usha Ganguly, in this festival. The 2008 South Asian Theatre Festival achieved a major milestone. This was the year we forged a partnership with the fifth largest cultural institution of the United States, the New Jersey Performing Arts Center, or NJPAC. This was made possible by Baraka Sele and her team members from NJPAC, along with the South Asian Theatre Festival core committee members. This was a grand festival. Other performances included Epic Actors Workshops, Pagla Ghora or The Crazy Horse, written by Badal Sarkar and directed by Amol Palekar. Another notable collaboration in this festival was Exile Theatre and Bond Street Theatre's production of Beyond the Mirror, directed by Joanna Sherman. We were privileged to be back in 2009 at the prestigious New Jersey Performing Arts Center. We were honored to have Sanjana Kapoor from Mumbai, who ran the Prithvi Theatre, be our guest of honor. We had amongst us Usha Ganguly from Kolkata, who came for the second time to direct a play called Chehre, an all-women cast where Usha Ganguly herself featured in a prominent role. In 2010, Epic Actors Workshop staged an English translation of the Sanskrit play Mritchakatikam as The Little Clay Cart, directed by Dr. Farley Richmond.
Youthful charms!
Stop, Vasantasena, stop! Don't be afraid, young beauty.
Alas, all my attendants have deserted me. I have only myself to rely on.
The festival culminated in a panel discussion attended by theatre stalwarts like Amal Alana from New Delhi, Richard Schechner from New York, Munir Hashmi from Afghanistan, Mohan Agashe from Mumbai, and was moderated by Arnab Banerjee from Atlanta.
The women in Afghanistan and all of the problems that they have is really deep.
We are moving so-called forward, but still theatre has not gained its rightful place in very distant rural areas, modern theatre. Of course, we are very rich in our traditions.
I enjoyed very much these productions, these 3 days. And the final production we saw, The Little Clay Cart, was interesting on many levels.
What you see on theatre, reality, is actually a reflection of what is the community feeling about certain issues.
2011 was the 150th birth anniversary of Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore, and we celebrated his life and works at the South Asian Theatre Festival, an Epic Actors Workshop's English production of Tagore's Bisharjon, titled The Sacrifice, translated by Sudipta Chatterjee and directed by Dr. Farley Richmond. 2012 was a new chapter in the history of South Asian Theatre Festival. Another collaboration ensued with the Crossroads Theatre Company in New Jersey. There were 4 plays staged by different theatre groups from the US. An Epic Actors Workshop's play, Bhopal, directed by Joanna Sherman, was one of them.
One pagdandi goes this way to the lake, and another pagdandi goes this way to the company, and here is my husband.
In 2013, Epic Actors Workshop celebrated its 25 years journey through theatre by hosting the 8th South Asian Theatre Festival and inviting directors like Mohan Agashe, Meghnad Bhattacharjee from India, Dr. Farley Richmond from Atlanta, Georgia, Sudipto Bhomik and Gargi Mukherjee from New Jersey. 5 plays and an opening ceremony were staged. Dui Hujurer Goppo, directed by Meghnad Bhattacharjee, Our Voices, directed by Gargi Mukherjee, Nevermind, directed by Mohan Agashe, Hayavadana, directed by Farley Richmond. All 4 plays were staged by Epic Actors Workshop. 2014 marked another year of the festival with 6 new plays. A Bengali adaptation by Ajitesh Bandyopadhyay of Bertolt Brecht's Threepenny Opera and directed by Abhik Chatterjee was performed by Epic Actors Workshop as Teen Poishar Pala. The 10th South Asian Theatre Festival was another 3-day festival that started with a tribute to the Bengali theatre legend Shambhu Mitra, commemorating his 100th birth anniversary. It was directed by Shormila Pinky Kushal and Partho Sharathi Mukhopadhyay, performed by Manjari School of Performing Arts and Bharatiya Kala Kendra.
The festival invited Leif Persson, Swedish director, to direct Sitara, the Stars, which was performed by Monire Hashmi of Afghanistan. Epic Actors Workshop staged a Bengali adaptation of Peter Wise's Marasad called Ekti Rajnoitik Hotta, directed by Abhik Chatterjee of Kolkata. The festival concluded with the play Senapati, directed by Irene Parveen Lopa, who was invited from Bangladesh, and was performed by Astha of New Jersey. The 2016 South Asian Theatre Festival showcased a performance by the young members of our community with a play Light of Asia, written by Dhriti Bagchi and directed by Partho Pratim Dev of Kolkata. Indian Cultural Society performed The Masrayana, written by William Kovacic and directed by Mahesh Dattani from Mumbai, India. Spotlight Theatre from Columbus, Ohio staged Aw Aa Kaw Khaw, written by Indrashish Lahiri and directed by Meghnad Bhattacharjee. Epic Actors Workshop performed Sagina Mahato from the original story by Gaur Kishore Ghosh, and it was directed by Partho Pratim Dev of Kolkata. The 12th South Asian Theatre Festival was held at the prestigious Victoria J. Mastrobuono Theatre. Chakte Chekhov by ICS Theatre of New Jersey, that was adapted by Mahesh Dattani from Anton Chekhov's short stories. The play was also directed by Mahesh Dattani from Mumbai, India. Mantor Mera, or Women of Manto, based on 3 stories of Sadat Hasan Manto, was adapted and directed by Usha Ganguly from Kolkata, India, and it was staged by Spotlight, Ohio. That year, Epic Actors Workshop staged 2 productions. First was a collaboration with Astha of New Jersey. The play Dhaboman, or The Run, was written by Salim Aldin and was adapted for the stage and directed by Gholam Sarwar Harun. Epic Actors Workshop's second play was The Jinns of Idgah, written by Abhishek Majumdar and was directed by Hafiz Karmali, invited from France. In 2018, Epic Actors Workshop held the 13th South Asian Theatre Festival at George Street Playhouse in New Brunswick, New Jersey, first with a children's play called A King's Tale, based on a story from Raj Kahini by Abanindranath Thakur, directed by Partho Pratim Dev, and was produced by Mritika of New Jersey. ICS Theatre of New Jersey then staged Rakt Phera, based on the Spanish play Blood Wedding by Federico Garcia Lorca and directed by Mahesh Dattani. Ochin Doshor, a play in Bengali, was performed by Spotlight, Ohio, that was written by Tirthankar Chando and directed by Deb Shankar Haldar from Kolkata, India. The finale performance was Epic Actors Workshop's production of Nirostro, or Unarmed, that was based on Mahashweta Devi's short story Draupadi and other stories, and it was adapted for the stage and directed by Gholam Sarwar Harun and Gargi Mukherjee.
দাঁড়ায় আছে নবী ছোড়া কদম তলে
যেদিন ঘর ভাঙি দিতে মহাজন আসবে না। তারপর অনেক মেজুর চাল কেটে যায়, এক মেজুর চাঁদের পাড়া বছর।
And last year, in 2019, Epic Actors Workshop had another successful festival with 6 plays at George Street Playhouse. ICS of New Jersey staged Anton Chekhov Returns that was directed by Mahesh Dattani.
How beautiful it is, Suresh! How beautiful!
And last but not the least, Epic Actors Workshop presented Meg, written by Utpal Dotto and directed by Pinaki Dotto.
কালকে সকালে আপনি কোথায় ছিলেন সমরেশবাবু?
তাই ফোন বললেই যাদের গা একেবারে শিউরে ওঠে, আমি সেই দলে পড়ি না।
না চা খাবো না, তুমি যাও তো, তুমি এখানে কেন?
শেষকালে অজেয় বুদ্ধদেব কি ধরা পড়ে গেল না?
From 2015, Epic Actors Workshop introduced a new concept of theatre in break, where performances were held outside the auditorium space, demonstrating that theatre can happen in any space at any given time. Theatre in Break was conceived and directed by Shubhashish Das.
How long will you remain ignorant and not speak up?
How long will you remain ignorant and not speak up?
Epic Actors Workshop would like to thank all those who were a part of this glorious journey of theatre.
And now, friends, I would like to invite Sri Amol Palekar to inaugurate the festival. We were fortunate to have Mr. Palekar, the renowned theatre and film actor, director, whose immense contribution to Indian cinema and theatre is significant and remarkable, as our chief guest at the first South Asian Theatre Festival in 2006. And then he had directed Badal Sarkar's Pagla Ghora as an Epic Actors Workshop production at the prestigious New Jersey Performing Arts Center. We are honored to have you with us, Mr. Amol Palekar.
Namaskar. The present pursuit of Epic Actors Workshop to hold a virtual theatre festival in these gloomy times, surrounded by coronavirus, reminds me of a Brechtian chant. Will there be singing in the dark times? Yes, there will also be singing about the dark times. Salute to your zest to continue the artistic legacy of theatre, even in these difficult, bleak times. It is a very daunting mission to preserve, nurture Bengali culture and theatre tradition 7 seas apart. 7টি সমুদ্রকে পৃথক করে চালানো খুব কঠিন. There is a very fine balance of preserving the indigenous ethos and yet capturing the contemporary relevance and making it entertaining. Epic Actors Workshop has managed to achieve that fine balance over the last 3 decades. I was very delighted to get associated with Epic Actors Workshop in 2008 when I could direct the Epic Actors to present Badal Sarkar's Pagla Ghora. I had directed that classic earlier in Hindi as well as in Marathi. The wonderful local actors gave me the opportunity to explore yet another interpretation. 6 different actresses performing the central character of the unnamed girl offered a novel experience to the audience as well. I feel excited going down the memory lane on this grand occasion of the 15th South Asian Theatre Festival in the US. The virtual theatre activity is our rebellion against the forces that are stopping us from creating the magic on the stage. Though I sincerely hope that it should not be a new normal. The hustle bustle behind the curtains and in the hall is the core of theatre. No virus, no war, no idiotic leader or any authoritarian force shall stop that excitement. Never. Warmest wishes to you all, and cheers.
Our opening performance is by Navarasa Dance Theatre that was founded by renowned dancer choreographer Dr. Aparna Sindhur in India with Professor Bala Subramaniam and Dr. Srivalli, and in the USA with S.M. Raju. Inspired by the eclectic performing arts traditions, boldly knitting together dance, singing, martial arts, and original music into seamless theatrical presentations, Navarasa's multi-layered, multilingual productions inspire, engage, and entertain audiences around the world. Navarasa has performed in North America, Asia, Europe, and has been presented at various festivals and venues. Dr. Aparna Sindhur is a choreographer, director, teacher, actor, and singer. She was awarded the NPN Creation Award, Boston Dance Alliance R&R grant, and was nominated for a Los Angeles Stage Alliance Ovation Award for choreography in 2013. Aparna powerfully creates contemporary works of extraordinary artistry that challenge the boundaries of traditional Indian dance, yet contribute to strengthening that tradition. Aparna has collaborated with us for many years at the SATF. She was featured in the American Theatre magazine and in an NJPAC poster where she collaborated with SATF.
Dearest Muddupadani Madam. That's it. Dearest Muddupadani Madam. Hope this message finds you in good health. Wherever you are, in heaven or in hell. Gets glued to this thing called television each year to watch Super Bowl. A game basically men destroy each other and millions of people cheer. At the halftime,
it was one of the biggest nights in television. More than 90 million viewers tuned in for the 2004 Super Bowl. The halftime show with Janet Jackson was billed as an event that would be remembered for years to come, and was it ever. For the grand finale, surprise guest Justin Timberlake sang "I'm Gonna Get You Naked" by the end of this song. And he did just that, ripping Janet's bustier, exposing her breasts, naked except for a large sunburst-shaped wound.
It was a showstopper. Was it an accident? Nobody knew, but it sparked a firestorm of controversy that swept across the country. Even the First Lady weighed in.
What it represented was a kind of television viewing that we don't want little children to see.
really. What is it so threatening about a woman's breast? Why are we afraid of a naked breast? Naked I come from my mother's womb. Naked I shall depart. The Lord gave and Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised. Praise the Lord! Praise the Lord! Praise the Lord who put the fear of naked. The British banned your book in 1911, not to be read by anyone. How dare she write about pleasure with such abundance? Krishna, the hero, is waiting for Radha in the garden where they make love. He desires to embrace her beautiful, firm breast. I was in shock. Why would he want to embrace her breast? And how am I supposed to show that? First of all, I was very shy to do this one, and then I didn't have any breasts.
It gives me great pleasure to welcome my friend Aparna Sindhur. Aparna, can we see you?
Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes.
Hi, Aparna.
Hi,
Welcome.
Gargi. Thank
Welcome
you.
to this year's theater festival, which is being done in a slightly different way. But
Yes.
we're really glad to have you as part of us again.
Thank you. Thank you.
We just saw that you were in this last performance, you were defining the Super Bowl as where men, a game where men destroy each other and in halftime women dance. tell us a bit about the content of your work that you just showcased, and in general, the themes that you are attracted to and that inspire you in your work.
So thank you for hosting this festival, and even though it's not live, I mean it's not in person, but at least we are able to do it somehow. And congratulations for 15 years of the festival. So this particular piece, Courtesan Conversation, came about in many ways. That incident with the halftime at Super Bowl kind of inspired it, because I don't watch any games, but I went to see the halftime show with a friend of mine, and all the others were taking a break, and I got to see the breast actually. And so I was that incident was shocking for the reason that it was shown on television, but at the same time, like, what happened afterwards was what triggered this whole piece, because Janet Jackson was made out to be some kind of villain in this whole thing, because it was a wardrobe malfunction or whatever you want to call it. Finally, and the person who pulled it out was her co-star, Justin Timberlake, but it was Janet Jackson who was blamed for it, and everybody talking about it. So I just felt like, oh, so this woman, just because her breast was out, she is blamed for all the problems of the world. So I just started thinking about the image of female body, and especially being a dancer and running a dance company. I felt like, what is it that makes us afraid of female bodies, and especially female sensuality? So I just started thinking about this whole idea of that, and then the whole notion of Muddupadani came about, because Muddupadani was a courtesan in the Tanjavur court in the late 18th century, and then she wrote an erotica called Radhika Santwanam, Appeasement of Radhika. So that book was celebrated during her time, but later in 1911 the book was banned by the British government, and the Indian nationalists supported that movement. They actually triggered the ban. So and then Bengaluru Nagaratna Manadar Devadasi, she fought for publishing the book, and that's how the piece came about. And Anil Natyaveda, who co-directed and co-created the show with me, we both worked on making this piece from a dancer's perspective. It's not just about talking about history, because what do we do with the history that we know, and how do we bring it to a present day theater? So most of our productions are inspired by stories that speak to us in a very deep manner, and I'm a sucker for stories. So any story like that really catches my imagination. I tend to work with my collaborators, Anil Natyaveda and SM Raju, who are part of this piece as well in different aspects.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Aparna, for that very powerful explanation. So this actually leads us, to the next question that I have for you. So I kept hearing storytelling from you quite a few times, history from you. But you're a dancer. You've been trained in the traditional Indian classical dances. So you're a traditional classical dancer, but now you are telling us tales of history, of contemporary issues, of, women issues, gender issues, and you're trying to tell a story. So tell us how you do that through dance. Is that what you call as dance theater?
Yes, so our pieces, our productions, we very the intention behind calling it dance theater, not dance drama or dance performance, is because it is truly dance and theater coming together, not in a way where we have a voiceover, or the dancers are mimicking the abhinaya with words like in English or any other language. We try to do theater like theater, in the sense that we play the role, we also become narrators, we do chorus like Greek theater, and so on and so forth. So I always say that dance is my skill, but theater is what made me an artist, because since my childhood I trained with Dr. Venkatalakshma and Lalita Srinivasan and Shakuntala, like really great dance teachers. But at the same time, I was in theater, like doing theater with my mom and then other theater companies within Mysore city and Karnataka and everything. So theater is what opened my eyes to like creating stories with great impact and also with great conviction that, you know, here is a skill, there is this dance and there is this martial arts, Kalaripayattu, which Anil Natyaveda brought to our company along with Malcolm and other acrobatic art forms, which all like kind of help us tell stories, right? Whether it's Mahashweta Devi's Dopti Mejan's Rape and Torture, or it's Story and a Song by A.K. Ramanujan. So we have these ways of bringing all these multiple forms along with music to tell a story that will speak to audience today.
Yes, actually, I do see Anil there. Anil, hello, Anil. Welcome to the 15th South Asian Theatre Festival. Very nice to see you and have you as Aparna's co-creator, co-director, co-choreographer. Hello. Anil, you are on mute. Can we just hear you for a second? Hi,
Hello,
Anil.
Namaskaram everyone. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting us for this wonderful festival. You know.
Yes, thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you
Yeah.
for being with us here, Anil. So Aparna, just for a second, as you were saying that you were bringing in all different kinds of forms, dance forms, martial art forms, and also with Anil and Anil's, creative brain, that is the form that you are exploring, and then bringing in elements of theater and storytelling and presenting your dance theater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I was saying before, the story is the key to making theater, at least for me. So theater is what like involves everything. Like theater has this open-ended invitation, right? Oh, you want to do this, you want to do that. Whereas because I trained in Bharatanatyam in a very specific style, Mysore style of Bharatanatyam. So of course there is imagination and expansion even within the classical traditions, but at the same time there is also a kind of box that we have to fit into that. And then, you know, if you are not doing this way, then you are not supposed to be a dancer, right? I have been criticized by many people saying, oh, you're a dancer, why are you hanging upside down from a rope? Why are you doing this and that? And why are you dancing with a man? And so on and so forth. So there is that kind of criticism, but at the same time, there is also a huge skill set that dance and music and martial arts bring to us, right? We have to use it to tell our tales. Otherwise, we will be silenced, you know, whether it's dance or music, in the name of whatever. We cannot be silenced.
Sure. Thank you so much, Aparna. Thank you for those insights that you gave us. Thank you for your performance. And we are really happy to have you be a part of our festival. So hopefully we will see you again live in action, in person, as you said, very soon. Be well and stay safe. Thanks, Anil.
Thank you.
Friends, now on to our next performance. Again, I am honored to introduce our next group, Theatrix of New Jersey. Theatrix has established a strong voice as a theater group in the New Jersey theater scene. With regular performances in Hindi, Marathi, and English, Theatrix has a huge fan following in New Jersey, and we are thankful to collaborate with them since 2006, our first South Asian Theatre Festival. Today's presentation, Radha Bina Ranade, is directed by Mr. Ashok Vanjari. Mr. Vanjari is highly regarded as a director in the South Asian diasporic theatre scene for his thought-provoking and powerful theatre work. He has directed plays at the South Asian Theatre Festival before, which have been extremely well received by our audiences. Welcome, Theatrix. Welcome, Mr. Ashok Vanjari. Friends, here is Theatrix's presentation of Radha Bina Ranade.
नमस्ते, मैं अशोक वंजारी। पिछले 40 साल से मैं रंगमंच से जुड़ा हुआ हूँ। कई नाटकों में मैंने अभिनय, दिग्दर्शन, लाइट डिजाइन, सेट डिजाइन किए हैं। इनमें इतने सालों में मुझे 5 ऐसे नाटक मैंने करे हैं जो स्त्री प्रधान है। पहला अलवराडा, जिसमें मैंने अभिनय किया था। दूसरा उद्गार, जिसे मैंने दिग्दर्शन किया था। तीसरा सकुवई, जिसे मैंने दिग्दर्शन किया था। चौथा जी जैसी आपकी मर्जी, इसी को भी मैंने दिग्दर्शन किया था। पांचवा राधा बिना रानड़ी, ये जो अभी मैं किया है।
मेरा परिवार उच्च मध्यम वर्गीय, मुंबई की शिवाजी पार्क में रहने वाला।
कल सुबह बाणगंगा पर राधा का श्राद्ध है।
मेरा पति श्रीहरि रानड़े, आप जानते हैं ना, प्रसिद्ध नाटककार हैं।
राधा बिना रानड़ी, ये नाटक जब मैं पहली बार पढ़ा था तो इसके विषय से मैं बहुत प्रभावित हुआ। आज के समाज में परिवार ये संकल्पना और उसकी व्याख्या समझ में ही नहीं आ रही किसी को।
हर महीने घर पर पैसे लेके आता है
तो आदमी और क्या करता है?
मेरा बड़ा बेटा उदय चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, मतलब वेल सेटल्ड। और प्रिया देशमुख उसकी पत्नी। ये लड़की कामयाब और महत्वाकांक्षी है।
अरे मतलब जगण्याची लालसा।
मैं शिवाजी पार्क का मिडिल क्लास बच्चा जो हूँ।
मेरा दूसरा बेटा सारा एक बहुत बड़ी एड एजेंसी का पार्टनर है और उसकी साइकोथेरेपिस्ट पत्नी।
सारंग, मैंने डाइवोर्स पेपर पे साइन कर दिए।
मुझे शादी ही नहीं करनी चाहिए थी।
तुम लोग एक बार फिर से साथ रहकर देखो ना।
राधा शांति से हर समस्या का सामना करती है, हर एक को समझने की कोशिश करती है।
मेरा मिशन में जाना उन्हें पसंद नहीं था।
मेरा छोटा बेटा जेनेटिक इंजीनियरिंग के बाद उसने पीएचडी शुरू की। अब वेदांत का अध्ययन करने ब्रह्मचारी बनकर आश्रम में रह रहा है।
मैं जब मॉन्टेसरी में था, मुझे लेने के लिए आई मम्मी की आहट मुझे क्लासरूम में मिलती थी। इतनी सारी औरतों के बीच मम्मी के कंगनों की आवाज मुझे सुनाई देती।
यहाँ माँ निष्पक्ष होकर कर्तव्य पूर्ति के लिए झटती रहती है। हर उलझन का वो सही सुझाव बेखूबी से देती है। पर माँ मन से कमजोर नहीं है, बल्कि इस परिवार का वो सहारा है।
आप आत्मचरित्र क्यों नहीं लिखती?
मैं बहुत लिखूंगी, लेकिन उसे छापेगा कौन?
मैं छापूंगा।
लिखूंगी और अच्छा खासा 2 अंक का नाटक लिखूंगी।
अपनी भाषा में चीयर्स को क्या कहते हैं?
हर्षवती, उल्लासवती, आनंदवती।
हर्षवती, उल्लासवती, आनंदवती। फालतू साले।
रानड़े जी के घर में केवल इस शब्द पर मैंने आक्षेप नहीं लिया।
इन सदस्यों में एक ही दुआ है, माँ। माँ ये विषय बहुडंगी है।
बीड़ी वाला मम्मी को प्रणाम करता था और बीड़ी वाला अपनी जगह बेटे को बिठाता। फिर मम्मी पीछे वाले घर में जाती थी और बीड़ी वाला भी।
तो माँ, ये विषय ही खतरनाक। ऊपर से माँ की बरसी के दिन घटित यह नाटक।
आज शिवाजी पार्क के घर के बारे में बात करें?
आज सिर्फ माँ की बरसी है, बापू की नहीं।
राधा बिना रानड़ी, ये एक परिवार की कथा है। इस परिवार के सदस्य सामाजिक तौर पे एक दूसरे से बंधे हुए हैं, मगर अपने विचारों से, अपने मन से एक दूसरे से दूर है।
माँ बाप के अफेयर में तुम क्यों इंटरेस्ट ले रहे हो?
कल सुबह बाणगंगा पर राधा का श्राद्ध है।
मम्मी की इच्छा नहीं थी किसी भी प्रकार की धार्मिक विधि या संस्कार करने की।
मैं पक्का जाऊंगा।
मैं सन्यासिनी चंद्रावली। मैं यहाँ मुंबई के मिशन में हूँ। वो हमेशा द्विधा मनस्थिति में रहता है। उसे दोनों ही बातें पड़ती है। ये निर्णय तो उसका ही होगा।
मैं सन्यासिनी चंद्रावली। मैं यहाँ मुंबई के मिशन में हूँ। वो हमेशा द्विधा मनस्थिति में होता है। उसे दोनों बातें पड़ती है। ये निर्णय केवल उसका ही होगा।
तुमने घर में सिर्फ पैसे दिए। नाटक वाली 2 औरतों से दोस्ती हो गई थी, भूल गए वो दिन?
रिश्ते में मेरा दूर का देवर, लेकिन मेरे लिए बहुत नजदीकी। जो जान कह सकते हैं।
मैं ये जगह पोते के नाम पर कर दूंगा।
देखो, अगर तुम्हें इंटरेस्ट नहीं है उस घर में तो ठीक है, लेकिन मुझे तो है।
पता नहीं क्यों, लेकिन मुझे लगता है आप और मैं, हम दोनों में कुछ रिश्ता है।
तुम मेरे मानस पुत्र हो।
राधा बिना रानड़ी, इस नाटक का विषय विश्वव्यापी है। परिवार, आपस के संबंध, मूल्यों का जतन, हर संस्कृति में मायने रखता है। इसका महत्व आज भी है, कल भी रहेगा और हमेशा रहेगा। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Ashok Vanjari ji. Thank you, Theatrix, for your powerful presentation. We are eagerly waiting to see it in action very soon at our, in-person live theater, South Asian Theater Festival performance, hopefully sooner than later. Friends, on to our next performance. You will remember that since 2015 at the South Asian Theatre Festival, you have seen performances in our Theatre in Break segment. These performances went beyond the proscenium stage and were adapted to suit different spaces and venues. These performances took place in between the plays being performed on our main stage. In the last 5 years, Theatre in Break has taken a life of its own and has become immensely popular among our audiences. Shubhashish Das, our theatre friend and an integral part of the evolution of the South Asian Theatre Festival, is the creator of Theatre in Break. Let us take a look at a presentation brought together by the Theatre in Break group.
Jikki chikri chikircha, jikki chikri chikircha. Bumpa chikum, pakachum bumpa chikum. Tumbuluko, papa, papa. Katala, dikta katala, dikta. Bum chikka chikka. Dum da da dum. Pimcha. Pim pimja.
Dha dha dum. Dha dha dum.
Da. Tinta tinta.
Papa.
Jiggy. Go jiggy.
Betrashan, please come in, please. You can sit there. Ekটু বসুন. I'll be back soon.
Excuse me, I'm having some problem with the internet. একটু দেখবেন please. আমার একটা important meeting আছে.
Network is a little overloaded. Nothing much I can do, but I'll try my best.
How is your phone network?
It's terrible. This room may have some kind of signal problems.
সানি, এখানে এসে বসো। কি হলো? কথা শুনতে পাচ্ছ না?
আবার তোমার শুরু হয়ে গেল।
কি করছিলে কি ওখানে?
আমি একটু মন্টালার ফোনে গান শুনছিলাম।
কাকা, চাপ নেবেন না। বাচ্চা ছেলে বসে বসে তো একটু বড় হয়ে যাবে। আর আমার কাজই তো জানেন, সোশ্যাল সায়েন্স। কি বন্টি, ঠিক বললাম কি না?
কতক্ষণ যেখানে বসে থাকতে হবে কে জানে। হসপিটালের গন্ধটা এখানেও পাচ্ছি।
আমি কিন্তু তোমার মিষ্টি গন্ধটা এখনো পাচ্ছি।
সব সময় খালি এই মেয়েটাকে দেখেছো? কি মিষ্টি না?
Look, Ma. No one has color on their faces. That's why they're all here, Dumbo.
Can you guys keep quiet a little bit? Don't talk to anybody here, okay?
Everything in this world happens as He wills it so. Have faith in Him. Everything will be all right.
What faith? Nothing changes because of a fictitious being in the sky. We all have to take responsibility for our own actions.
If you're following His path and if you believe in Him, then He will take care of all your troubles. But if you're not, then be ready to face the consequences.
बाबा जी हमारा बच्चा सब कहीं छूट गया कहाँ जाए वो लोग के ढूंढने
अरे चुप हो जाओ फिर से कहानी शुरू हो रही हो मिल जाएगा भूख लगेगा तो सब खुद ही वापस आ जाएगा
आपको हमेशा खाना कहीं पड़ा रहता
तो
है
नहीं पड़ा रहेगा तुमको नहीं आ रहा है दाल पूरी का खुशबू
चुप है ডাল পুরি খুশবু নিতে হলে বিরিয়ানির গন্ধ শোক মটন চপের গন্ধ শোক কি বন্টি ঠিক বললাম কিনা
There are some restaurants nearby. They also have delivery options. They have all kinds of options like Thai, Chinese, subs.
Baba, I want a burger. Hamburger and French fries. I can almost smell it.
না না ওসব ভাজাভুজি খাস না অম্বল হবে এই দেখো না একটুখানি ভাতের বন্দোবস্ত যদি
না না ভাত খাবো না সব সময় ভাত খেতে কি ভালো লাগে at least Chinese বলো
ভাত খেতে ভালো লাগে না আবার কি হ্যাঁ শোনো you should stick to your roots ভাত খেতে ভালো লাগে না যত সব
জিও কাকা ছেলে তো পুরো ফরেনার
Are you all clinically insane? Don't you realize we are just stuck here?
What do you mean by stuck here? This is just a temporary arrangement. Please, don't create any unnecessary panic.
I am creating panic. What about you anxiously running around for the internet?
Because I have important work to do, and I have targets to meet, and I don't really care where I am, as long as I have my laptop and internet.
Sure. Your work is important. All of us are just sitting here, we are worthless.
Dad, he doesn't mean that. He's just saying, chill out.
You stay out of this. What do you know about life other than to hang around, chill around, and play music for drunks?
Whoa. I have my career planned out. I have my dreams.
Career. Singing in a pub. More of a nightmare.
No, Dad, I don't anymore. And we have had this argument multiple times. Am I not going to college? Am I not taking investment banking courses to secure my future?
Sure. Doing me a big favor.
Mr. Bose, if you don't mind, I think you and we should respect our children's choices. After all, it is their life. Tachara, but why should every kid need to go for investment banking or computer engineering? We are all losing our ability to think on our own. And we are just following what the whole world is telling us to do.
জিও কাকা তুই ছা গয়া একেবারে আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিং করো আমাদের ভ্যালু শোনো সানিকে আমার হাতে ছেড়ে দাও একবার সোশ্যাল সায়েন্সের ট্রেনিংটা দিয়ে দেবো অপরচুনিটি আরে টাকা উড়ছে ঠিক মতো কানেকশন আর চ্যানেল কেরিয়ার একেবারে ফুল প্রুফ কি ঠিক বললাম না বন্টি
Yeah, sure. You are the future of the society. Mr. Bose, these are your important, useful people. I think I should start social engagement.
If you're only after your materialistic career and not following the inner peace, you will always remain confused.
তুমি কি গো লোকটা সেই প্রথম থেকে বিরক্ত করে যাচ্ছে তুমি কিছু বলতে পারছো না
কি বলবো তোমাকে বন্টি বলছে বলে কি গিয়ে মারামারি করব নাকি
When I met you 6 months ago, you acted all tough and macho. আর যে বিয়ের ডেটটা ফিক্সড হয়ে গেছে ব্যাস সব ইমপ্রেস করা হয়ে গেল
কাম অন তোমাকে ইমপ্রেস করার চক্করেই আজ এই হাল না হলে এই সোশ্যাল ডিস্টেন্সিং এর সময় কেউ দুবেলা ওল্ড এজ হোমে যায় তোমাকে আনতে
তো কি করতাম চাকরিটা ছেড়ে দিতাম তাও এই সময় মানুষগুলোর কি হতো
মানুষগুলো বলো ওই মাইকের কি হতো
প্লিজ অভি সোশ্যাল ডিস্টেন্সিং বলে কোনো কথা হয় না you need to take precaution but don't create distance with people you care about
Ma'am, there is a small problem. We did not find your kid's name
I need to take them to the booth for scanning.
No, no, they will not go anywhere. কোথাও যাবে না ওরা. I don't trust anybody here. I got the same smell when we got in here.
Please, I don't like blue color on my face. I promise you, I won't go outside or to school. I'm fine, as long as you let me use that spray paint.
No, you are not going anywhere. Don't you remember what happened to your friends? Why we are running from places to places?
Ma'am, we don't have much choices here. This is for everyone's safety. We do not want to put force on kids. Please cooperate.
साहब, हमारा बच्चा सब का कोई खबर मिला का साहब? देखिए ना साहब, आपका कैंप में कहीं होगा?
आप ना गिनती खाते में देखिए ना साहब, बड़का का नाम लल्लन, मझला का शेखू, उग्रवाद करीना और छुटकी हमारी बिंदिया, सब इतना छोटा छोटा सा है साहब, कहीं थक के सूत गया होगा. देखिए ना साहब, साहब देखिए ना.
आप लोग शांत हो जाइए, बच्चे का पता मिल जाएगा. हम आपके दुश्मन नहीं हैं. आप सब यहाँ पे अपने मर्जी से आए हो. I know you all are upset about the door, but we cannot just allow anyone and everyone come in and go out on their wish. We have to follow the protocol. When time comes, you all will be go out on your way. And believe me, you are not going to remember this forever. Nobody stays in the way. Ma'am, you are delaying the process. Please think about it. Resistance cannot prevent the change.
क्या केलू ये तो घेड़ा एकदम घा কেসটা কি বলো তো বাচ্চা বাজার করছে নাকি এই তোদের বাচ্চা কখন থেকে মিসিং না
साहब, हमको ज्यादा कुछ पता है नहीं साहब, बहुत ही गरीब आदमी है. 2 दिन से पैदल चल रहे हैं पटरिया के बराबर कि गांव पहुंच जाए. पता नहीं उधर माँ को कोई राशन दिया होगा भी या नहीं. और इधर हमारा देहा एकदम टूट गया था साहब.
मिला था थोड़ा सा दाल पूरी, एक पापा जी दिया था हमारा बच्चा लोग के लिए. पटरिया पे लेटे लेटे पता नहीं आग कब लग गया.
Everything is destiny, my child. तुम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. All these mishaps are happening because of those non-believers. They need to be punished. They need to atone for their sins. हमें ही कुछ करना पड़ेगा.
बाबा जी अब बोलिए हमको क्या करना है? साला बच्चा के लिए कुछ भी कर सकते हैं.
अब पगला गए क्या? भूख के मारे आपका दिमाग बुढ़ा गया, दिख नहीं रहा बच्चा है, डरा हुआ है.
अरे तुम चुप बैठो.
Stay away from my kids. Are you mad? They are only kids. Please, তোমাদেরও বাচ্চা আছে?
এই কি হচ্ছে কি এটা? আরে আপনি শুধুমাত্র লোক খেপাচ্ছেন কেন? এই তুমি ওদিকে গিয়ে চুপ করে বসো. আর তোমরা বসে বসে কি দেখছো বলো তো?
আমি মানে ব্যাপারটা তো কিরকম গুলিয়ে যাচ্ছে.
এই তুমি সানিকে নিয়ে একটু এদিকে সরে এসে বসো তো, আমি দেখছি.
ওরা আছে তো, তুমি আবার ঝামেলা জড়াচ্ছ কেন?
আরে ছোট লোকগুলোকে বিশ্বাস নেই, এরপর পাগল হলে ঠেকানো মুশকিল হবে. আরে এরপর তো সানিকে নিয়েও টানাটানি করতে পারে.
বাবা তুমি যেও না. মন্টাদা
কি হচ্ছে নাকি? চুপ করে বস. নিজের জায়গা থেকে নড়েছিস তো লাশ ফেলে রেখে দেবো শালা. মেয়ে ছেলেদের সামনে পেয়ে তড়পাচ্ছিস. মন্টু মিত্তিরের সামনে কোনো বাল না.
What nonsense! He is just taking advantage of the situation. Everyone just calm down. Don't worry, we're not prisoners here, okay?
Wait a minute. There's something seriously wrong here. What smell are you guys talking about? Something does smell fishy.
দেখলে ওটি বলেছিলাম কিনা মাস্টার মশাই বড়শি ফেললেই মাছ.
আপনি থামুন তো, সব সময় বোকা বোকা কথা বলবেন না.
এই মন্টা ভাই কিছু মনে করবেন না, মানে ও বলতে চাইছে যে ব্যাপারটা একতরফা ভাবে দেখলে হবে না, মানে অনেকগুলো প্রশ্ন রয়ে যাচ্ছে তো.
এই আপনি একটু খুলে বলুন তো ব্যাপারটা. Where are you coming from? And what was the color your kids were talking about?
Which school do you go to? What grade are you in?
We're in 4th grade, but we don't go to school anymore. School is closed. Do you know they will color our faces if we go out?
What's going on here? Please come down. Your paperwork in the process.
Wait a minute. I think I got something. This news is about us. Guys, you need to hear this. I can't believe this.
Me, welcome back.
Outbreaks of the current virus are devastating the entire country. Sector 666 of the High Lalaland Park Division in particular has been badly hit. Around 20,000 people from this area lost their lives to the virus.
करीबन 1 लाख लोग वायरस के चपेट से
Person from the sector has been infected. Dead bodies are piling up.
অভূতপূর্ব পরিস্থিতিতে মৃতদেহের পাহাড় জমছে চারপাশে, অফিসে, বাড়িতে, হাসপাতালে, এমনকি খোলা রাস্তাতেও। যুদ্ধকালীন তৎপরতায় সরকার এই এলাকাটিকে সম্পূর্ণভাবে লকডাউন করে দিয়েছে।
And the surrounding sectors, the virus is spreading very fast across other parts of the country.
Welcome, Shubhashish. That was quite a riveting performance. Now we have no option but to log in tomorrow and watch the rest of it. Shubhashish, you were trained in the 3rd theater form by legendary theater director Badal Sarkar, where you broke the boundaries of time, space, and action. Tell us how you came about with the concept of theater in break here at the South Asian Theatre Festival. I'm assuming it had emanated from India and your theater training?
Yes, Gargi, you are true. I have privilege to spend some time with legendary Badal Sarkar and his colleagues and theater workers. And there they are working on third theater, which is a philosophy, where they try to free the theater out of from a lot of boundaries. One of them that they want to make it free for everybody so that it can be reached to everyone, every places. It not need to be bounded by some monetary value. And that's where they try to bring into a form which is more flexible and more close to the audience. In proscenium, we always have a boundary stage and audience area, but he wants to come into the same floor with the audience to communicate with them directly. So that influenced whole my theater thought. When he came here and start working with South Asian Theatre Festival and Epic Actors, over the time, I find out that, okay, between this theatre play of proscenium, there is some breaks where people are kind of don't have any other play because the stage is getting prepared. So that point of time, our idea comes that why not we do something outside proscenium plays, close to the audience, to give some other experience of theatre. And we started with this theatre in break, and the South Asian theatre community accepted us. SATA provide their support, and the journey started. We start small segments. We start bringing short stories or bringing some short discussion with the audience, and it's close to the audience and their heart, and we love that. And this is what I also love. So, and over the time, I get a lot of support from the South Asian community actors, and nowadays we are also collaborating with Kushilab Theatre on the Delaware. So it's kind of getting, I will say that people are understanding this space, understanding the power of this communication.
So Shubhashish, one of the things that you were saying is this form of theater makes it be more accessible to the audience and the performers, and their barriers and their boundaries are constantly broken and challenged. So, and then is there like an economic angle to it? Like when Badal Das started it, did he want to do theater, make it free or for a nominal donation so that theater can be accessed by all?
Yes, you're right that Badal Sarkar, this third theater movement started because when you go to a proscenium show, because of the cost of the show, there is ticket price and people need to pay that to get in. So there are theater enthusiasts who may not have that money, who may not able to see the play. And there is theater which need to reach to the people of the route and they may not have that money. So to reach them, Badalda bring the theater out from the proscenium and they started Gram Parikrama where they carry the theater that is so flexible that we cannot use sets and other. You can take it, it should be portable, take to the place where the people are there and talk to them directly. So definitely the social and monetary need was a big drive of that day to start this kind of movement in Kolkata, and then it goes across the India, and Badal is influenced by a lot of international practice also, that where theaters go directly talking to the audience.
How are you accommodating this sort of accessibility in the South Asian Theatre Festival format?
Yes, so here socioeconomy is a little different, and we are not that flexible to actually take our theater to the group where we need to. So we have to stick with our community and here. So South Asian Theatre Festival, what we do that we put it outside the proscenium place in our venue, and ACTF committee allow people to come and watch this play as a free. They can come into for the proscenium, but they can also see for this play, we don't put any tickets. So it's kind of blend. I will say that it may not be the exact same idea, but it's blend overall the whole idea. But here I will say that I not able to follow the all third theater, I will say the philosophies.
Right.
But we start doing little different here, because when we start the kind of audience we are getting here, and in the between, I also start influence with improv theaters and other theaters. So we get into a play where we try to not take any script, instead of take the concept, idea or thought which is disturbing us today. And we get into a group of actors, we start discussing them through workshops, and through improv workshops, we try to build discussions in form of script, and then take that, I will say half-baked discussion in front of the audience and involve then participant in that communications, so that a dialogue start. It's not just a storytelling, it's a conversation which should start on that space and continue with our audience. That's where we kind of now pursue in the theater and break that instead of telling a story, we try to bring a conversation. We try to involve our audience and let them think more.
Right. So you're making the audience be part of the creator as well. So audience is also a co-creator along with all of you and you and your other performers.
That's true.
And since you're bringing all these very topical issues to life, it is very important for us to continuously engage in a dialogue with each other and converse about these important topics so that we can uphold the core values, as I was saying earlier in my opening speech, of John Lewis, so that we can preserve human dignity.
Agreed. Only this platform, I'm missing my audience. We have to present this way. I know that we are not much comfortable, and you see that this is a media we don't know. We are much more comfortable to talking directly in front of audience. So this media is restricting us. Somewhere as a theater worker, I feel restrictions. But on the other hand, a good opportunity bring, like the people who I work today, they are across the globe. So people who work with Theatre and Break, now they are in London, India, other places. But with this platform, I again get an opportunity, or we again get an opportunity to get together and discuss a topic. So I will say there is positive part also.
So as they say, if one door closes, other doors open. So while there are restrictions in this medium, there are also the benefits of this medium, which you just beautifully illustrated. So waiting eagerly to see the rest of the performance tomorrow. Thank you, Shubhashish, and thank you, Theatre and Break Group, for joining us today.
Thank you.
And now, friends, I'm happy to introduce our partner and collaborating theater group, ICS Theatre of New Jersey. They have been our partners for the last 5 years at the South Asian Theatre Festival. ICS has brought forth productions directed by different directors, including Professor Fali Richmond and Mr. Mahesh Dattani, that have engaged our audiences and captured their hearts. Today, we are fortunate to have Sahitya Academy Award winner, eminent playwright and director Mahesh Dattani with us as well. Now, let us hear from Barkha Kishnani about their presentation of Bravely Fought the Queen.
Hello, I'm Barkha Kishnani from ICS Theatre, and on behalf of all of us at ICS, I'd like to congratulate Epic Actors Workshop on the 15th anniversary of the South Asian Theatre Festival, New Jersey. We at ICS Theatre were very excited and were looking forward to presenting Mahesh Dattani's Bravely Fought the Queen at the South Asian Theatre Festival in August. Mr. Dattani, the director of our play, was in the midst of auditions for the play when unfortunately COVID struck and the lockdown was announced. Our auditions came to an abrupt halt. We hope that as soon as circumstances permit, we will be able to resume the preparations of our production and showcase it at SATF. Bravely Fought the Queen was first staged in Mumbai in 1991. I'd like to share a brief synopsis of the play with you. Dolly and Alka are all dressed to go out for dinner, but their husbands have called it off. An unexpected visitor, Lalita, drops by. They begin to play a game with her. A game that reveals the entire family's secrets. Their bedridden mother-in-law, their husbands, and Dolly's daughter Daksha are all present in their story. But is it a fantasy or a reality? The women fight their battles with the only weapon they have, the truth behind the fantasy. And now it is my honor to introduce the playwright and director of Bravely Fought the Queen, Mr. Mahesh Dattani. Mahesh is a playwright, stage director, screenwriter, and filmmaker. In 1998, Mahesh Dattani won the prestigious Central Sahitya Academy Award for his book Final Solutions and Other Plays, the highest award for a literary work in India. Mahesh is the first playwright writing in English to receive this award. Today, his plays are produced in all the major cities across the globe and are even in the curriculum of several Indian and foreign universities and schools. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mahesh Dattani.
Theatres all over the world have gone dark this year. But it takes just one lit candle to dispel even 1,000 years of darkness. And theatre organizations all over the world have been trying very hard to keep that flame going and protect it this year from the harsh winds of unwelcome change. And I am so proud that the South Asian theatre community have in America have kept this torch going forward for the past 15 years. And I think it is the hard work of people like Dipenda and all his colleagues to have done this. And even this year, they've reached out to all of us theatre practitioners to stand in solidarity with them. We most certainly do, undoubtedly, that we stand by SATF because it is something way too precious to let go, even momentarily. Theatre, at the end of the day, is about presence and participation. But I think through this medium, the marvels of technology, we can all reach out to each other and say, as a community, as a theatre community, as audiences, as a wider community, that the theatres may have gone dark, but we are present. And we will see each other very, very soon, if not this year, definitely in 2021. And I really look forward to meeting my colleagues at the ICS Theatre and the South Asian Theatre Festival once again. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mahesh ji. Thank you, ICS Theatre. We will also wait in bated breath to see your production either end of this year or early next year or next year. So thank you for being with us and for partnering with us, ICS Theatre. That, friends, concludes our first day's showcasing of the glimpses of the performances of the 15th South Asian Theatre Festival. Tomorrow, please join in at 11 a.m. for Dhaka Drama of New York's production of I, Shakuntala, ECTA of New Jersey's production of Agnes, another performance by Theatre in Break, and Epic Actors Workshop's production glimpse of Sher Afghan. See you then, friends. Until then, stay safe and be well.